Smartphones wouldn't exist without this painting. This might sound crazy. How could a 19th century painting of people relaxing in a park be essential for the device you hold in your hand? The connection to smartphones is deeper and more fundamental than you might think. And when you realize it, it will change the way you look at tech and art. Can you see it? A lady in a red dress fishing. A child having fun in the park. A working class man savoring a smoke on his day off. A monkey. They all share one thing. Take a closer look. Closer. Even closer. Dots. That's right, dots. Millions of them. Georges Seurat was just 25 when he painted this masterpiece. He called it A Sunday on La Grande Jatte. But here's what's interesting. Seurat didn't paint like Van Gogh or the other artists of his time who blended colours. To him, this wasn't just art. It was science. He discovered that by placing tiny dots of different colours next to each other, our brains would do the blending for us. In other words, he used dots to trick our eyes into seeing colours that aren't really there. Do you see the resemblance? Georges Seurat pioneered a groundbreaking artistic technique called pointillism, relying on our eyes to blend these separate dots into a coherent image. The same exact principle modern digital screens operate on. So in a surprising way, this 19th century painting didn't just influence smartphones. It paved the way for every digital screen. But here's the thing, dots alone didn't build smartphones. Long before Seurat painted that masterpiece, he came across something even more profound. This book outlined the ideas of Michel-Eugène Chevreul, a chemist restoring faded tapestries. He found that the colours looked dull, not because of the dyes, but because of the colours placed next to them. And that made him realise that our perception of colour is heavily influenced by the surrounding colours nearby. Placing complementary colours side by side, like red and green, makes each one appear more vibrant, more alive. He mapped this with a tool you've definitely seen before, the colour wheel. Today, that same science is used by Nothing's designers, by artists, by filmmakers, by anyone who works with colour. This is where we realise it was never just about dots. It's about something much bigger, a chain reaction, a scientific discovery about how we see colour inspired an artistic movement that made those ideas visible. And that same blend of art and science would go on to shape the very first colour imaging technologies. This reveals to us how deeply interconnected art, science, and technology truly are. Inspiration often comes from copying, remixing, and evolving ideas. Everything is connected. So the next time you're looking at your smartphone, just remember, it took centuries of innovation, breakthroughs in science and art, and countless generations of brilliant, driven minds, all leading to the device you're holding in your hands right now. And you use it to watch